everyone, it's JD Asajan, and welcome to another episode of FortuneBuilders.tv. As we start out the new year, I wanted to dive back into some viewer requests, because if you didn't know this, first off, shame on you. Secondly, you do now, and so I'm going to hold you to this standard this year. Go to the Suggest a Show segment of this page and suggest what you want to learn about this year, because I listen, we listen, and we're going to answer them. And today's show is about real estate insurance. Sean Mahovich from New Haven, Connecticut, put in a request on the Suggest a Show segment, wanted to learn more about real estate insurance. Well, Mr. Mahovich, we answered your request, and here we go, buddy. So what we're going to talk about specifically is insurance for your real estate deals, your properties, and also we're going to give you a resource. You'll see below me on this page a URL, fbrealestateinsurance.com. And that's where you can get some more information on and also submit a request for your property to talk to the insurance agent that we work with at CT Homes and Fortune Builders for all real estate deals. And one of the things that I get asked a lot is, what type of insurance do we get for, let's say, our properties that we renovate? Well, most people don't insure their properties right. And if you're not going to get the right insurance, don't waste your money, because that's what you're doing, wasting your money. When we're talking about buying a property and renovating it, there's specific kinds of insurance that we need to get. And that insurance market is actually called the excess surplus market. And basically what that means is you're going to pay more money for that insurance because it's riskier. And the type of insurance that you need to have on your transactions or your properties that you buy and renovate is basically comes in two components. There's a builder's risk and vacant dwelling portion of the policy, and then there's a liability portion. Okay? Now the builder's risk and vacant dwelling portion of that policy covers the building while it's vacant and while you're renovating it. So if something were to happen to the property during it being empty and you're renovating it, that policy covers that. The second component is the liability component, which basically covers if someone were to jump on over the fence of your property or get onto your property and do something foolish through no fault of yours, that would cover that component. So the builder's risk and vacant dwelling covers if a spark or a wire or something like that nature, basically the building catches on fire, you know, worst case scenario, it covers the building vacant while you're renovating it. The liability portion covers if someone were to hurt themselves, for example. Those are quick descriptions of those different types of insurance. And when you call and submit your request and you talk to someone at National Real Estate Insurance Group through the website below, you can ask them more questions and get a breakdown of their policy. What makes their insurance so good and why we use them for all of our deals is a couple of reasons. First off, their customer service is awesome. Okay, that's important. Secondly, their pricing is really good, because they allow you to do a month-to-month type of policy as opposed to a minimum earned. A lot of companies that operate in the excess surplus market will have you do a minimum earned, meaning that you have to pay for a certain amount of time whether you own the property for that long or not. And then thirdly, they have great coverage. And when you've got great customer service, great pricing, and great coverage, there's no reason to go anywhere else. And that's why we always use the best of the best in our businesses, and we provide that as a reference to you in a lot of different areas, and real estate insurance is no different. So go to fbrealestateinsurance.com and get more information and actually submit information about your property to talk to one of the reps at National Real Estate Insurance Group. You may talk to Julie, who's the person that we deal with directly, or one of the people that work underneath her. And it's important that you insure your property the right way. And that's why we spend a couple of minutes here on this show talking first about the right kind of insurance, and then secondly, where to get it. Now this doesn't eliminate the need for your contractors to have their own insurance. This is separate of that. Your contractors still need to have insurance. They need to have their own policy. It should be a liability policy. There should be, you know, at least $1 million of coverage, and then they should also have a workers' comp portion. Now that's separate. That's your contractor's insurance. This is what I'm talking about. Builder's risk and vacant dwelling is the type of insurance that we need to get on our renovation properties. Now, National Real Estate Insurance Group also has different types of insurance for other types of real estate, not just renovators. So you can talk to them about that. And it's important that you sign up below me or get more information below me about the type of insurance that they have, and more importantly, submit your property that's coming up to get a quote. And I guarantee you, if you compare it to other same type of insurance, you will find that their rates are better. And you have to make sure that you're comparing apples to apples. So Sean, I hope that answered your question, and I hope everyone else that had a question about real estate insurance, that took care of it. What I want to get into next, of course, is our deal or no deal segment.
Deal or no deal?
All right, so in our deal or no deal segment, we're going to compare the right type of insurance and the wrong type of insurance. A renter's policy on our renovated home, and a builder's risk vacant dwelling and liability policy, and we're going to compare the two. Let me just cut to the chase on this one. A lot of people will get sold or told by their insurance agent that a renter's policy will cover their property while they're renovating it. Let me break down a scenario for you, real life. Okay, imagine you're renovating a house, it's empty, and you have a renter's policy on it. A renter's policy is meant to cover your property when you have people living in there that are paying you rent. All right, so the building's vacant, catches on fire, and you're in the process of renovating it, and the insurance agent comes through and does their claims work, and they find that there's no furniture anywhere, there's no clothes in the closet, there's no food in the refrigerator. It's very obvious that no one's renting or living in that house. Do you think that they're going to be willing to honor that renter's policy? I didn't hear anything, but I'm sure you're saying no, because it's true, they're not going to. Understand that, like most types of insurance, you're preventing the worst case scenario, and unfortunately, insurance companies look for reasons to not pay out claims. And certainly if you don't have the right kind of insurance, forget about it. You just wasted money. So go to fbrealestateinsurance.com and submit your information to get a quote on your next real estate deal. Whether it's a property that you're going to be buying and holding for rental, whether it's a property that you're going to be renovating, or other types of real estate transactions. Great people to work with, great coverage.
Quote of the week.
In our quote of the week, what we're going to do is, there's a lot of places that I get inspiration from, and you can probably relate to some of these things. One of my big inspirations is music. I subscribe to Rolling Stone magazine, and I read it, religiously, because I get inspiration from music. I also get inspiration from other successful people in past history and current history. When I listen to or think about people that have been successful or done things differently than most and have got a certain amount of notoriety because of that, whether they were advocates for a cause, whether they were business builders, business owners, for example, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, who recently passed away, people in past history like presidents. And the person that I'm going to be sharing a quote with today is someone that in the month of January always comes to mind. His name is Martin Luther King Jr. I don't think he needs much introduction, but we just recently got past Martin Luther King Jr.'s day that we honor him. And so a quote that I pulled up, which I think really sums up the way that you can look at living your life and conducting your business is this. We must combine the toughness of the serpent with the softness of the dove, a tough mind and a tender heart. Martin Luther King Jr. Pretty awesome statement by a great individual, and I hope that you read that and find a way for it to resonate with you. And also, please, I've included some examples below me of different types of real estate insurance certificates that you can look at to compare the type of insurance cert and what it's going to look like. You'll see them below me, 2 different examples that are labeled and what they are. The last thing is I want to recommend and encourage you to go to our YouTube channel, the fortunebuilders.tv YouTube channel, and subscribe if you haven't yet, because we post a lot of weekly videos there that don't make it to this main site or that we don't email out about. Little quick tips, little property walkthroughs and things of that nature. So go to our fortunebuilders.tv YouTube channel, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next show. Take care.